Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of the Forest Lake Morning Show. I am Brendan.
And I'm Tyler.
Today, we're going to be talking about...
Today we're talking about whether or not anyone can be an artist. And what does... Well, we're really just going to run down the rabbit hole of what that means.
Yeah. Are you an artist?
Yeah. Do you feel like you could be an artist? I actually, when you proposed this as a topic of conversation, I knew immediately we had to talk about it.
Yeah, so we were just sitting here and I was thinking, like, it was more so a shower thought, like, can anyone be an artist?
Right.
Or are certain people set out, like, are they meant to be artists? Do they have something in them that makes them an art? Like, what makes you an artist? You know?
Claiming to be an artist, right?
I guess so.
Are you? And that's why I thought this was really interesting, because we can really run down the thought of this. So do you start by saying, well, what is an artist? Are you Van Gogh, Bob Ross out here painting? Yeah, you're an artist. Are you sitting at a Pro Tools session, plugging in DI, writing a song, recording? Yeah, you're an artist. Are you Chef Ramsay in the kitchen, slicing and dicing your onions and cooking the most incredible souffle? Because that's always like a big deal for Chef Ramsay. You're an artist, right? Art exists in all different fields. Are you a surgeon, a brain surgeon, saving somebody's life?
Is that an artist? Okay, yeah. But
are you an artist? I'd say so.
We're going to narrow that down to music.
Okay, all right. See, this is why I wanted to talk about it, because you can take it a different way.
I have nothing. I have no knowledge of a surgeon like sitting there, dissecting someone's brain. Are they an artist? I don't know.
Well, do we know the definition of art? What is the definition of art? Actually, we should have looked that up. The definition of art.
The definition of art. Take a guess.
Therefore, the definition of art would lead you to say, well, what is an artist? Take a guess of what an artist is? What the definition of art is?
Why not?
Oh, I think to me, an artist is somebody who is somebody who engages in the activity of creating art. And if you were to ask me what that means.
Have you heard of a circular definition?
Yes. Well, I feel like if you went on Google and said, well, definition of artist, it's going to give you that stupid definition that says somebody who engages in art. And then you have to go to that definition to find it.
See, I would kind of think it's like someone, and this might be like more of a broader thing, but someone who like has dedicated their time and like really mastered their craft.
Oh, like a brain surgeon?
Sure. Like that's why I said it's more of like a broader thing. Yes. Like, if you're going to say it like that, okay, then that would apply.
Actually, say that one more time. So, because I actually think I really like it. You're saying it's somebody who's passionate, dedicated towards mastering a specific craft.
Yeah. Like someone who is like, you ever hear like the 10,000 hour rule? Yeah. Like if you put 10,000 hours into anything, like you become very good at it.
You know,
like,
a teacher,
become kind of a master of it.
A teacher at School of Rock told me that one time when I was real young. Like I started playing bass in 5th grade, 2007. And Ed Stevens told me the 10,000 hour thing. Yeah. And it blew my mind. I was like, oh my God, if I could all I have to do is play for 10,000 hours.
10,000 hours and I'll be amazing.
All I have to do is practice bass for 10,000 hours.
10,000 hours, that's a lot of work though. Like that's years and years.
It is.
But that kind of goes back to like being an artist. Like it is. Okay, so then by that definition, it's something that you achieve, right? You can't just say you're an artist.
There's many things you could achieve.
True.
So that's why I liked your original definition, just saying.
Just leave it at that.
It's somebody who is. What was it again?
Just someone who has mastered their craft.
Mastered their craft. Okay, so then you could. I mean, this is the rabbit hole. Like, well, what is mastering your craft? Okay, 10,000 hours. So let's start there.
So we were thinking though, musically, Tyler and I like are very, I think, musically inclined, like mentally.
Right.
And so we were like, it was a thought like, do other people who aren't like musicians or artists, do they have like melodies that come to their mind randomly? Do they have like lyrics that just pop into their head, or they see something in there or listen to something, they're like, man, that's cool. I hear it going this way though, or something like that. Like, is that a thing?
I don't. I think yes and no. Also, I want to say we do have a problem with the definition if it's going to be mastering your craft. All right, so there may be a slight jump cut in this video because we had a technical difficulty, but we're back. What I was going to say was that we have to go back to the definition of mastering a craft, because I would like to say that you and me are artists. We create, we make these songs, but have we
would
mastered
hope
our
so.
craft? I would
Have you
say
put in
no.
your 10,000 hours?
Absolutely not. And then
You
it's
don't
like,
think so?
well, 10,000 hours of what? Staring at a Pro Tools session, wondering why I can't fucking finish a song.
Sure.
No, I put in 10,000 hours in the area of music, but I don't think that accounts for 10,000 hours of like productive, like actual 10,000 hours of practicing, or 10,000 hours of mixing and mastering, or 10,000 hours of whatever the case, songwriting. Haven't mastered my craft. I sit here, I'm a multi-instrumentalist, as you are as well, and we songwrite and we are artists, but have we mastered the craft? No. But does it take away from us as that definition of being an artist? That's what I wanted to jump back to. If you think, do you have to master your craft?
Well, yeah, that's a good point.
Or is it the pursuit?
Yeah, I think, well, any artist or anyone who's really good is always learning.
Mm-hmm.
Like you look at these guys who are just amazing artists. You know, you talk about Ryan Tedder or someone like that, who's an amazing songwriter, singer for One Republic. The dude is just killing it on every level. But he's always like, he's not done. He's still learning. He's still, music changes too. You know, changes in style and production and all this stuff. And so you're always learning, always adapting. And I think if you settle, then you just lose your momentum. You lose your edge.
Right. So the actual definition of being an artist is what we're going to now say is self-claimed.
How many times can we change the definition of being an artist in this episode?
Every minute or two.
That's good.
I think anybody can claim to be an artist. Primarily, if you're in an actual art industry, music, cooking. Architecture is art. So, I think there are some things that as society we just accept as like more artsy than others, right? Than like somebody working a 9 to 5 in accounting. How artistic are you gonna get in your little cubicle, Bob? You know what I mean?
Ooh.
You're not. So
Calling them out, man.
I'm just saying, like there's things that we say are art, and things that we say that aren't. Performance, entertainment is art.
Yeah, it is like art is associated with creativity,
right?
like,
Which
like
is
your own expression of whatever it is you're doing, but it's like your own version of it.
it's super objective.
Yeah, subjective, right?
Objective
too, I guess. Yeah,
Oh, you're right.
subjective.
My apologies. Wrong. I had the terms mixed up.
But
Super subjective. Actually, now I don't know. I think it is objective, isn't it?
it's like when you say a word too many times and it just doesn't make any sense.
It's very Well, the people know. They know which one we were trying to say.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go back to what you said then there after that when you talked about Bob sitting in his cubicle at his accounting job in New York City, finance bro, and he's just maybe he's a music listener, but is he sitting there making melodies, this, that, and the third? Is he singing his own lyrics to an instrumental break? Is he doing this, that, or the third if he's not physically musically inclined? Does that make... this is where it's like I think you have these individuals who may be creative and they express it, but they have no intention, they have no drive, they have no passion of ever wanting doing anything in the music industry, or trying to make it, or trying to write and record.
Yeah, and that's exactly, I think, what sparked this topic initially is like, do they think that way? Like, do they have that melody? And maybe you're saying, like, they don't have maybe the resources or the time or even the knowledge to put those into a song or put them out there into anything.
Yeah, more or less, it's just a interest of theirs.
Yeah,
I think as people, we have interests. We have hobbies and we have interests. Hobbies are a little more involved. Interests are just something we like dabble in. I have an interest in like things like homemaking or like painting and like stuff around the house, fixer upper type stuff. It's not a hobby. It's not like a career of mine, but it's like something I like to do. Does it make me a carpenter? No, not in the slightest. I'm not certified. I don't believe to be a carpenter. You know what I'm saying? Because I paint walls and I I've like constructed things in a home setting.
Yeah.
So I think, why are you laughing? What's funny about this?
I'm just seeing where you're going with this.
This is a really good example. Well,
Yeah.
this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In the same scenario, you might have somebody in the relation of music or in the relation of art where they may create something. They may paint a picture,
Yep.
but they have no identity as an artist or prophecy to become an artist, right?
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Okay, so what makes an artist good? What makes an artist bad?
I don't know. I think if we look at the industry, there's a lot of us. Are we still talking about just music as an artist?
Yeah.
Because it is weird when you let's just look at this. Like, we say the word artist, but we also know we have the word musician. We also know we have the word songwriter. We also know we have the words producer, mixer, engineer. Like, there's so many synonymous terms.
Right.
Well, they're synonyms of each other, but they relate to each other. They're not synonyms, but they relate to each other, but they all mean different things. So the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I feel like getting into what you're talking about, good music, good and bad, we're now talking about, well, is the market saturated? Yes. So now we're potentially at the point where we're exposed to this bad music. But then are we not defining what the terms are, right?
Okay.
So let's just start there. In this video, we're talking about artist as like you creating music.
Yeah.
You create music, you're doing something music related. We've already excluded cook, brain surgeon, other forms of arts.
Sure. Just music.
Okay.
Strictly music.
All right. Now that I've got that understood from what you're talking about, the question was,
What makes an artist good? What makes an artist bad?
is
Is that just subjective? Like, I guess that can get really technical. That can get into like, okay, is it actually like, is it a physically, like, kind of like, is it a physically good song? Like, in the sense that it's well written, well produced, all that stuff. Man, this goes down to this is a big rabbit hole. Yeah.
So yes, I think all of us could agree that, okay, the first things first, how does it sound?
That's the first thing listener is going to judge it by, is like
quality,
just the quality of the song.
I may not like a really well built architectural home, right? That's just like, structurally it's there. It is architecturally beautiful. I may not personally like it, but it is objectively a good, well built home.
I know, like, even when you and I listen to like new music, if something comes on, the first thing we notice is it just like well produced?
Yes.
Was it a good mix, a good master on it? Like, does it sound good compared to what's on the radio and just all these other songs? Because you might have a great song with a really good artist singing it, or a band that wrote it, but it was just terribly produced. It sounds awful. It might be a great song, but like, there are so many factors that can go into it that can ruin a good song or ruin a good artist.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting on that topic, because this is where we're talking about it being very subjective. There are some songs out there right now that are literally minimalist songs, or they really don't seem like they would be your well-produced, well-recorded, top-of-the-line production type of songs, and they still break big.
Yeah.
And I think those are the X factors. Like, they have an it factor to them that somehow society really appeals to them.
Yeah. I think that got pretty big with like indie too.
In
when
a lot
like
of indie
indie
songs,
pop came out, like, I feel like it's like an indie artist's goal to make a song and just record it as like weirdly as possible.
Yeah. And you know why I hate indie music now? Because I feel like all you need to do to make an indie hit is upload to TikTok yourself playing a ukulele with a nasally voice and some like pretty like decently interesting lyrics, or like rhyming emotional relationship style lyrics, and you got yourself an indie hit.
I feel like you're referencing something very specific.
I'm referencing from a few things of what I've seen. It just seems like all you need is a ukulele and some nasally sounding vocals, and voila, you got a magical hit on your hands.
Interesting.
So I'm not particularly a fan of indie music as of late.
No?
No. If it's not Coldplay and it's not U2, I'm not listening.
I was
to
gonna
it.
say, man, you're shooting down a lot of things lately.
So this is my problem. I don't listen to a lot of new music because one, I don't listen to Spotify, so it's not giving me the what's that thing on Spotify?
The best algorithm ever created.
Yeah,
in the world,
but also it's
where
called
they plot out every song that's gonna make your entire week.
yeah, it's called
20 times
something
better.
for you.
What is it? Like their algorithm name?
No, the thing that it's like a playlist called.
Oh
For
yeah,
You.
so normally they have like 2 or 3 playlists, maybe 3 or 4, that are like specifically made for you based
show
on
you
what
new
you
music.
listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Apple Music might, but I don't think it particularly does very well.
Team Spotify.
This is why I don't listen to new music. But hey, Spotify, by the way, the Spotify Wrapped is coming out soon.
The what?
December, Spotify Wrapped. Not to get off on a tangent here, but this is a big deal coming up.
What is that?
Spotify Wrapped. You know what it is. You have Spotify.
Oh, their big platform.
Yeah, Spotify platform.
Wait, what?
Spotify Wrapped. Yearly Wrapped, the Wrapped review of all the stuff you
Oh,
listen to in a year.
that's what it's called.
Do you even listen to music?
I didn't know it was
What
called.
did I not
Wrapped.
check your? I need you to send me your. I need to see your
Oh,
resume
mine are
again
always
for this
good.
band.
Mine are always the like top artists, top 5 artists, top 5 songs, whatever it is that they give you.
Is what you listen to?
No, is that what you're talking about? Like the Wrapped, like end of the year,
End
they
of the
send
year,
you
yeah.
like your most listened to artists. Yeah. Okay,
Now you're picking up what I'm putting down.
I got you.
Yeah. It's
I didn't
coming
know
out.
that's what it was called.
Yeah, it's usually the first week of December. It's coming out. So now you get to see on everybody's social media.
Yeah, everyone,
listening to.
every single person will post about it.
We don't care. Nobody cares. I'm just gonna say it now, Brendan. I swear to God, if I see you post your Spotify Wrapped,
Do I post anything?
You don't. No, you don't exist. Actually,
That's how I want it.
yeah. Nobody cares about what you listen to, except for maybe like somebody who's like a really close friend. I shouldn't say that, should I?
You know,
No.
it's your podcast, man. It's
Half my podcast. People care what other people think what they're listening to. That's the issue. Anyway, so
Yeah.
we're getting way off a tangent here. Let's go back to what we were talking about. Can anyone be an artist, right? In music. Could Bob in his cubicle be a really good, talented musician if he tried? Certainly so. Anybody who practices bass can actually do something. It's like
sure.
anything. If you practice hard enough, or if you learn a skill, you become really good at it. So I think there are so many individuals who have the ability to be really good artists, probably in another universe are talented singer-songwriters,
yeah.
but they just aren't in this.
Do you
this
know what,
particular
like,
life.
I never understood? Like, do you have friends that just aren't musically inclined at all? Like, they'll listen to it, they love it, but they can't hold a beat. Like, if they're just sitting here tapping
Yes.
to a basic, they can't tap to a beat.
Yeah.
Their, like, pitch is just so, it's off. Like, I never understood. Like, to me, I always thought, like, people just had it naturally where you can tap to a beat. You can tap to anything, like, on the rhythm.
You can't understand that, why they can't.
Yeah, I never, like, it never crossed my mind that people couldn't do that.
I think because not everyone's supposed to be an
So
artist.
that goes back to the thing. It's like, can anyone be an artist?
Yeah.
Like, can you have someone like that who
Yep.
can't tap to a beat, but can they become an artist?
Yeah, because you could teach them how to.
You think?
I think so. It's not going to be easier. It's going to be harder. It's the same thing as why is Justin Bieber born with an amazing voice, but other male vocalists aren't. You know what I mean?
Put in your 10,000 hours.
Well, I don't think Justin Bieber put in 10,000 hours. I think, well, at this point he has. I think what it is some people do start off a little bit on a either more advanced than others. But
Yeah,
it doesn't mean
I would agree
that
with
the
that.
people further back can't get better,
that's true.
you know?
Yeah.
So are we leaving this conversation that basically saying that everyone has the potential to be an artist? Is that what we're getting at here?
Potentially.
Everybody out there has untapped potential of becoming the next Ryan Tedder. How far are you just able to?
Yeah.
How much work
Well-
are you willing to put in to get it? It would be a very terrible world if everybody was a musician and an
It'd be
artist.
terrible for us.
Who would take out the trash?
Forest Lake.
Not the singer. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Forrest Lake would take out the trash.
Forest Lake.
I don't know, man. I think it's really interesting. It's a rabbit hole conversation. Can anybody
Yeah.
be an artist? I am going to end this. Well, I'm going to end my opinion by saying absolutely. I think so. I just think the world's not meant to have everybody do one thing.
I'm curious though. Like, let us know what you think. Like, can anyone be an artist? Do you go about the day, like if you're not a musician, do you go about the day and have melodies pop into your head, like new melodies or like lyrics or anything like that? I'm really curious.
Is it terrible to say, yeah, that double tapping on what he said, please share your thoughts, comments on this topic. You asked whether or not what makes good music good or bad. I think because people put out bad music because they think they can be an artist or that they should be an artist, even though they may be better at something else, but they still try to do.
But they don't put it out knowing it's bad. They put it out thinking it's good.
That's what's even worse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
so there is bad music out there.
There is bad. There's a lot of bad music.
I think objectively, sometimes you come across bad music and like you can be nice about it if you have to confront that person or give feedback, but it's objectively just terrible or subjectively just very bad, because music is taste. It's taste through and through. Somebody may like this, somebody may not. We know that. We don't put our stuff out there expecting everybody to like it. That's stupid. That's ignorant. It's whoever wants to like it can like it.
Sure.
We're unapologetically ourselves as the individual in this case who's putting out bad music. I actually would like to say that I think because we've had such a delay and we're taking time in what we're making, it's to prevent us putting out bad music. Something I don't think a lot of people do.
Again, all subjective.
Yeah.
But some people still might not like it. You can spend 10 years on a song. You'll still have people who hate it.
That's true. There's people that hate Coldplay, and statistically they're very successful. So how could you say they should be hated? Well, it's just taste. People don't like
taste.
them. Yeah, it's taste. There's
absolutely.
bands I don't like it.
Yep.
But did you get a chance to answer what makes good music good and what makes it bad?
I think so.
You kind of spoke about
the
quality and recording purposes of it.
Yeah. I think we can leave it at that.
Yeah. So everyone's not meant to do it. Some people are doing it and they shouldn't. But that's not us. But all right, cool.
Yeah. I think that wraps it up for this week though.
Certainly. So also it was so the MAs happened a week ago, just for wrapping up some current events, and then obviously Thanksgiving happened on Thursday. So hopefully everyone had a great, wonderful Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
We forgot to mention that on the last episode. And then as far as what we have to look forward to.
Yeah, what do we have
Christmas-
to look forward to here?
Christmas is around the corner.
Oof.
So maybe we'll put together some cool little Christmas episodes or something like that.
Or a Christmas song.
I'm an advocate for Forest Lake making a Christmas song.
We'll start a Christmas song, but we won't finish it. That's
exactly what's going to happen.
We'll get like 30 seconds into it.
Yeah.
You'll hear it next year.
You know what's funny is you're notoriously not a fan of us making a Christmas song as much as a fan you are as literally playing Christmas music 365 days a year.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense to me. You know why it might be? Because you literally listen to Christmas music year round. You're overexposed.
I don't want to hear it anymore.
Yeah, you're
I don't want
overexposed
to make
to
it. I don't think so, because you listen to normal music every day, all day, right? And you still make it. You still go out and write like normal songs.
Yeah, but that's what we'll talk about in an episode. Is Christmas music is on another level. It's its own little type of music. That's why it's only played during Christmas. No one's listening to fucking Let It Snow in the middle of July.
That's debatable.
You know what I mean?
On that note, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.